Hey, this is War 6 of Season 60 up against ZEEN, and this is the first time I'll be bringing my Photon into War since joining GT40, mainly because she was my first rank 4 and she's been locked on War defense up until this season, and I kind of remembered that I was the planner and I can assign myself Photon if I want to, which is what I did this War. Starting off on Path 6 in Section 1, there's a Terrax on the Power Thief power efficiency node, as well as every 10 hits, the defender inflicts a falter on you. So yeah, Photon isn't like a hard counter to Terrax or anything, but she can ignore the miss. Outside of Pure Light, her mediums cannot miss, and in Pure Light form, none of her hits can miss. So we're at 18 charges already. We're just gonna wait out this rock field because again, just unnecessary damage that I don't need to deal with. And yeah, we're at 19 charges. We're still just throwing mediums and heavies periodically to get the Sunder up. And here we hit Pure Light, so we can throw this into Falter. Doesn't matter, nothing will miss. And now we're untouchable, so I'm waiting for him to dash, and I think I just go for the SP1 here and it kills. Yeah, again, even though we're hitting intervals of 10 combo, in Pure Light nothing can miss, so super straightforward fight. 46 seconds, ramping from 0 is pretty nice. Moving on, this is the Phantom Pain Bleed node, and Spinning Wheels Exhaustion. Domino is very common here, mainly because if you bleed her, she has a chance to purify the bleed and gain a burst of power, which can get scary because if you get really unlucky, she could shoot to an SP3. And, if you're not bringing a bleed immune champ, which I would recommend doing, she could just crit bleed you with the SP3, and even if you use an invul, you could just die from the bleed. So, yeah, Sentinel's pretty safe. We're just trying to hit sparingly. There I just lose my invul because, I don't know, missed a dash or something. He's pretty clunky to play from my experience, so I found myself just dashing unnecessarily and getting hit also unnecessarily. But yeah, we've hardly taken any damage at least, which is nice. She's already down 40% just from, a few heavies pretty much because the shocks do get really potent once he's ramped. And yeah, we go for the heavy here. I was debating, I think I bait one more special. Yeah, and I was debating not throwing my special 2 here because it's a ton of hits, and if every hit applied a bleed that got purified, then it could get a little sketchy, but she only purifies to 2.5 bars of power, so no SP3 danger, and yeah, she just ticks out from the incinerates. So super safe assignment. It's not perfect, but it's definitely really hard to die there, I feel like, unless you get super unlucky. Still on path 6 in section 2, this is the Fisticuffs Daunting Doom node. And there's a Gentle here. I have a White Magneto pre-fight, and because Sentinel's metal, I can parry freely, which is kind of removes any sort of annoyance of this fight, mainly because if you don't have a window to stun Gentle, you can't really safely trigger his Unstoppable when either champion hits, 15 combo meter. But we're already fully ramped. It's going pretty okay so far. And yeah, we're just throwing basics. I think he will get his reinforce here because of the crit. And there we just trigger the Unstoppable and back off. Fisticuffs is about to expire, and I'm pretty sure once I get to my special 2, the fight is over. But now that I can freely, just apply my shocks off heavies, I'm just going to be spamming them until I get to my SP2. And this shock is ticking for 4,000, almost 4,800 damage per tick, which is a ton. And already he's down to 30-something%. I throw the SP2 into block just because it's a lot of hits, and I didn't want to risk him going unstoppable. I don't think it would have really mattered because he dies super shortly after, but just for safety, didn't want to risk it. Moving on, this is the Conflictor, Prowess Puncture, and Combat Deja Vu Prowess node. We're using Photon for Shocker here. Shocker is a decent placement here, I think. The main process here is just going to be baiting heavies and doing medium light up until my special 2. Just because I don't want to alternate combo, and I don't want Shocker using SP1s because then he can go unblockable and start dashing around and things might get a little scary. So we are just trying to bait special 2s. It's fine if he full combos my block. I don't, I'm not taking enough damage to be worried about it. Here we get him to a special 2. He throws it right away. And as soon as we punish this, I think I just go medium, light, medium, SP2, and this kills. Photon, when she's ramped with suicides, is just so much damage that she's, pretty much able to take most matchups there. Last fight, this is the stun immune hazard with poison and rupture. There's a Jean Grey here. I hate this fight. I'd seen alliance mates Solo, I've seen his alliance mates die. It's just kind of annoying to deal with because in duels, I would get her force field down, and I would have to deal with like dodging a reverse controlled heavy, which is never fun. But here, we've kind of got our shield down already, which is nice, and we are now fully ramped. It is rupture, and I'm not immune to that, so I kind of want to play safe. Again, like it's kind of annoying to have to track whether my controls are reversed when I'm trying to dodge a heavy, because the specials I could just block, but if I just eat a heavy, I'll lose a ton of health to Neuros, and I think it happens fairly soon. Yeah, I'm just not ready for this one, and yeah, now I got Neuros ticking on me. Again, I'm a robot. I have no willpower, so these are just gonna tick away. I throw this into block because it's rupture, and I don't want myself getting like 10 or more ruptures on me, or however many that SP2 hit is. So yeah, now we're kind of still ticking down. She's down to half at least, which is nice. But now we're cornered and she's doing full combos into my block. I don't know how exactly I get the passive Neuroshock. I think it's something to do with when she throws a special, she gets like she can apply Neuros, but here she throws a full light ending combo, which gives 3 Neuroshocks. And definitely not ideal because my health is ticking away fairly quickly now when you count recoils and hazards and her Neuros. But yeah, she's also fairly low, so I'm kind of just dancing around hoping she throws this special. I haven't used my special 3 yet, so if I do get below 20%, I could have bailed myself out. But yeah, that fight was not pretty. It wasn't slow. It was, a minute 30. But yeah, I definitely don't enjoy doing that fight. We did end up winning this war. We died twice. ZEEN died 22. One of ours was a DC, so unofficial wall of shame, but I'm not going to put him in here just because, the number's 2, not a 1. But GG's to ZEEN. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.